Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Morning Yo-Yo. I, of course, am your host, G2 Jake. This is Monday Morning Yo-Yo, where we recap what we've been doing and what we plan to do this week. Give you guys a little heads up, a little bit of the inside scoop, get you ready to rock and roll for the week. We skipped last week's Monday Morning Yo-Yo, just kind of playing catch-up and kind of resetting, kind of that end of winter funk. So I just needed a couple days off from filming, and I felt like I continued to overpromise, underdeliver on what I plan to do each week. So just wanted a week off from that. So here we are. We're all caught up on Patreon shipments, and we had some pre-orders. Afterlife, both versions, and the SL1000. All of those prototypes have been sent out to people that ordered those. We kind of have a newer system for the way we're doing prototypes, and prototype access is mostly exclusively available through the Patreon page. Some outside things have been brought up that are available through the monthly fitness challenge things that we're doing, but mostly through the Patreon page, and then limited, where it used to be completely unlimited. We've stopped that, put a limited number on it, just trying to get a smaller number of prototypes out there, and it just feels better for what a prototype should be. Smaller, limited number, and a work in progress, which is what it is. B-22 shipments went out last week. My timetable's a little bit off, but there was 4 choices, and everybody got one of their first 2 choices. So since there's 4 choices, there's limited quantities of each. So everybody got their first 2 choices. Those of you that didn't request a color, you actually got a 5th choice. Somehow my numbers didn't completely add up, and I didn't want to send the blackout out to those of you that didn't pick a color. So I sent you a 5th option. It'll be showing up in your mailbox, and you'll be able to show it off. It's just different than the other 4. That 5th option will be available to Patreon in the next couple weeks or so, and then if anything doesn't get sold via Patreon, we'll put it up on the site. Since I sent it out as part of the monthly shipment, I'm going to give the Patreon people the first grabs. It's part of their perks, is anything that goes out for monthly shipment. Any of the extras, they have first dibs for. This week is a little bit up in the air. I've got something coming back from the anodizer I'm trying to drop Friday for St. Patrick's Day. It kind of depends on when it gets here, if it's going to work out or not. So I also have something else pretty sleek that we could do for a drop. So we will have a drop this week, just not 100% sure what it's going to be. The rest of the week I'm going to be working on the customs. So I've got the customs. You've seen photos. That's from the 2 batches ago. Getting the photos, going to be contacting them, sending those out this week. The set of customs that I grabbed the colors from you at the end of December, early January, those are here, ready to rock, waiting on me. So this week I am going to assemble those and start taking those photos as well, which means we're ready for a new batch. So I'm going to randomize the list of whoever's left, grab the top 10, and reach out to you this week for what colors you want on your custom colorway. That's the main focus for this week. Other than that, I'm trying to get those 100 miles in for March. March is our challenge, is 100 miles in March, and that is extra on top of your daily activities, a specific walk or run or hike tracking for 100 miles. So extra on top of your daily activities, and it's a little bit of a time sink to get those miles in, but it's good. It makes you go be active for half an hour almost every day to get those miles in. And I'm just now processing this, so instead of a monthly Facebook page, I'm just going to make one for the next month that is just Yo-Yoers Monthly Fitness Challenge. I don't know what we'll do for next month, but I think we'll keep it rolling. It's kind of fun to have the support of other throwers that aren't necessarily fitness junkies trying to push through any sort of challenge that is doable. It just is a challenge, right? 100 miles, you don't have to run it, but a 100-mile commitment is a challenge there. So that's what we got. That's where we're at. More good stuff on the way, but that is this week's Monday Morning Yo-Yo. Thanks for watching. How could I forget? We also had the Tsunami prototypes arrive and are ready to rock. The design's ready to rock. I made a small change on the rim just to make it a little more flat up at the very much at the edges, make it a little more comfortable in the hand, and adjusted the pad recess so it's a smaller recess than what's on the prototypes. But I got 4 total, so I'm going to send 2 off to get anodized, and keep one raw for you guys over on the Patreon page. So I've got one raw going to my collection, one raw going to the Patreon page, 2 protos going to get anodized. We'll figure out what to do with those at some different point in time. But yes.